Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Deutsches Reich. We are, of course, continuing our Let's Play here in FuhrerReich. Now, it's been an interesting run, to say the very least. And
well, hello, my
what's
friends.
happening right now? Ooh,
welcome back to
bleeding in from the
Deutsches
stream.
Reich.
Thanks
We are, of
a
course,
bunch.
continuing
Sorry about
our
that.
Let's Play here
Let's stop
in
that.
FuhrerReich. Now, it's been an interesting run, to say the very least. And well, hello.
Okay, so what we're going to try to do here is, of course, we want the world tension to increase. It's pretty much that simple. If the world tension doesn't increase, we are not going to be able to declare war on anybody. Now, there's another thing that I was considering, and I didn't before, and that is we've got the Hamburg Commune here, led by the Vanguardists, and this is led by Heinrich Laufenberg. I believe the justification of a war goal here would be much easier, and in fact, it would, as you can see here, only 25% to declare war on them. And they're a threat. I mean, obviously, they're a communist threat on our borders. We don't want them near us. But we also want to take Poland and all this delicious territory in Czechoslovakia. And not sure if we're going to get it. So one thing I'm going to start doing immediately, increasing some infrastructure. We always need military factories. I mean, always. We also want to try to get more men in the field, because if we get more men in the field, we unlock other trees in the ideology focus, which allow us to actually start claiming land, like the Sudetenland as an example, from the Czechs, and also some land from the Poles. I believe we have, no, we don't, well, yeah, we kind of have East Prussia, so this part is connected, which is interesting. Let's take a look here. The Kampfgruppe are interesting guys, but I think what I actually want to do is I want to edit our infantry division. We haven't really added much to it, so I'm going to give them some military police, and this is because of our officer purge. I think that, unfortunately, for these guys not to start attacking their own officers, we probably need to keep everybody with some military police. We need some discipline instilled in the army, because after our purge, we got rid of a lot of very good Prussian officers. Obviously, that's going to take a while to correct. Whoa! Every single time I do a stream, there's like almost a car accident outside of my window. I don't know if you guys hear that. He's revving up. All right, we're going to go ahead and proceed. The status of Hungary. At the dawn of the Great War, Hungary made up the Translathian half of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and enjoyed significant autonomy within the empire. While the Austrian army was constantly fighting in Galicia and Italy on the front lines, the Hungarian army was relegated to border defense and garrison duties. When the Austro-Hungarian Empire's demise was near, the Hungarian parliament voted in vast majority to secede from Austria and align itself with the Entente under the promise that its territorial integrity would be respected. I'm skipping a bit here. But the Hungarian army was in shambles, and in a moment of weakness, the Soviet black collectivist Bela Kun, now this is an actual leader of Hungary under the communists, so they brought that into this particular mod, stormed Budapest with his red militia and proclaimed the Hungarian Soviet Republic. Franco-Serbian soldiers, along with Romanians and Czechoslovaks, quickly invaded and exiled Bela Kun to Russia. When the Prime Minister of Hungary, Karol, asked the Entente to recall its armies, he was instead declared an enemy of the Entente and forced to sign a humiliating treaty that would see the Hungarian nation carved up between Serbia, Romania, and Czechoslovakia. Wow. The future of Hungary is uncertain. Their fate is unknown. What is known is that the events which unfolded in Carpathia may determine the fate of the entire Balkan Peninsula. That is exciting stuff. Okay, Dressler declares the Versailles Treaty dead. As part of the Treaty of Versailles, which officially ended the Great War, Germany was dismantled and humiliated. We're no longer going to be bowing to the glass giants. It's going to increase our political power, but the French Republic now knows that we have breached the treaty, so we might want to get some troops on that French border. Creation of the LZ Tunzier Zeppelin. So we've already explained this. We're going to show it on the world stage. Let's just hope that the French don't attack us, because we currently don't have any men on the French border. Indian rebels surrender. So the UK has dealt with the Indian rebels problem there pretty quickly. And Long wins the president. That's Huey Long. Interesting. So that is definitely going to be Huey Long here, winning the presidency of the United States. This guy's got an interesting story, to say the very least. How's it going, Napoleon? How's it going, Ahriman? Getting ready to get Germany's ass kicked second time. Hey, says Ahriman. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I think we're going to do okay. I actually think that now that we've got these, socialist uprisings not only occurring in Denmark, but in the Balkans, maybe, just maybe, we can actually get the Entente to, sort of side with us. Sort of an alliance of necessity. Okay, so the progressives win the majority in the Italian election. That's going to be the Social Democratic Party, and it's really not going to make much of a difference here. But, of course, having a Social Democratic Party with a constitutional monarchy, you can have some problems. They're not going to respect the monarchy all that much. So, Romania petitions to join the Stahlpakt. Guys! Oh my gosh! Romania, this is going to be our first ally. What do you guys think? Do we let them join? Interesting. I think we do. The danger here is that we might end up, how could I put this? We might end up having to fight their wars for them. They're right there on the border with the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. It's tough. Napoleon is saying yes. I want to see what Ahriman says on this one. I trust his judgment. I trust yours too, Napoleon, but sometimes you could be a little crazy on the streams. So I'll ask Ahriman on this one. I think I want to say yes, but I'm afraid that maybe we could wait and get better allies. And Bostova is saying yes too. So I'm going to say yes. We're going to go ahead and let them in. And now we have someone else in the Stahlpakt. Our ideology has grown. Our popular policies, one of our loyal ministers has managed to strengthen our ideology. Excellent. So this is going to lower political power, but it's going to increase the popularity of the Valkas. And I say, why not? I think we're at 55% right now. It's not nearly as high as we want it, but we're obviously the biggest party by far. And all of the other parties are really just, compared to us, they basically don't exist. The Entente announces sanctions against our nations. Now, this is not good. And look at this. The production cost for all of our light tanks, heavy tanks, medium artillery, etc., that's all going up. So I'm a little annoyed here. And what I am going to do is I'm going to take Army 3 here, led by Heinz Guderian. No, I don't want to disband. Just want to get them on this. Yeah, I was worried about that. Okay, so we have to get 2 units out of this army. In fact, we'll take 3 out. Let's go ahead. 30 selected on a sign. I think I'm going to have to actually draw a new line. So let's go ahead and grab another general here. We can give names to these armies, guys, as well. So if you have some interesting names, and we do want to keep them relevant, I'm actually going to promote von Bock here, and I'm going to put him on this front line. But if you have a name idea, again, keep in mind, we are basically an occult fascist state. There's no other way to put it. There's no pretty way to put it. So try to think of names that would be similar to maybe like Viking armies. I think that's what we're going for. So obviously we do need to send men to this front line. That's going to take some time, though. And interesting, Cologne and Essen are actually in this area right here, guys. The Confederation of the Rhine. Now, this is true. This is interesting. And a little troubling as well, because what this used to be was the area where the Entente declared basically a collective leadership of this area. How can I put this? In essence, France, Britain, America, they all had a part of this land, and it was kind of like one large DMZ, one large demilitarized zone. Now, the Confederation of the Rhine has risen up, and I don't like that. That's definitely something we want, and look at this. We can justify a war goal against them. But again, I'm not sure if we want to go first for the Confederation of the Rhine, and obviously you guys can debate this in the chat, or you can post down below. Maybe we have to decide kind of who we're going to go after, if we're going to go after Poland, etc., or if we're going to go after the West. And I think that the East is probably best right now. So let's take a look here. Getting that Chamber of Industry was something I definitely wanted to do. And gaining some base stability. We already have quite a lot of stability. So we haven't given the TST, which is our version of the SS, we've not given them unlimited power. We've turned them into a police force. Or not a police force, a military force, excuse me. They are no longer a police force. I'm trying to look. We want to strengthen the Valkist education. And this will actually give us another research slot. So that's an easy steal. Yeah, we definitely want to take that. First of all, I want to take a look at the factions here, because I want to see how our glorious Valkist party looks. Look at that. So the Stahlpakt. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm thinking we almost have to go to war with Czechoslovakia first. Just don't see any other way around it. And modify our government here. We definitely want to go with Manstein for the mobile warfare doctrine. We absolutely want to go for blitz attacks if we can. We've got quite a lot of tanks in our army. Obviously, we always need more. Let's take a look here. Hey, Twitch Line. How you doing, bud? Wonder if they come up with a historical mod next. Sorry, mod. Yeah, they have been going pretty crazy, haven't they? Herald Hadrata for infantry. I like that. I like the name Herald Hadrata for like a general, but not so much for a an army. Odin's Ravens. I like that one. Thor's Hammer. I like a lot. So we're gonna call Army 1 under Rommel. So Rommel is, you know, he's always known as a trickster. He's the Desert Fox. So I'm going to actually name him after Loki. So I'm going to call him Loki's Minions. Sounds odd for an army. So maybe Loki's... Loki's Eternal Guard. There we go, baby. That's pretty cool. Now, another thing I just noticed, this is not cool, is a lot of our units here are poorly trained. So I'm immediately going to start a training regiment, an exercise regiment. This is, of course, going to separate the men from the boys. So it's not exactly easy, but we're hoping that these guys will be able to at least get their training up to basic training before any sort of war starts. And look at that. Actually, they instantly leveled up. That's interesting. Maybe they were like right on the edge. But yeah, all those guys just went to trained. So we can stop the training exercise. Okay, some unassigned divisions. Go to bulk. Do some industrial renovation here. And this would actually add a building slot. Let's go for it. And of course, we'll pop the civilian factory over here. Looks like some of these areas, like Thuringen, doesn't have much going for it. So we'll drop a civilian factory there, hopefully get some people some work. Happy workers are happy citizens. And you can see the world tension is slowly starting to decrease a bit. It's hilarious because it's actually my country, the Kingdom of Portugal in this case, that happens to be increasing the world tension. Standard Volkist education. All right, the standard German university curriculum. To keep our hold on power, we must make sure that our universities keep in line with Volkist ideals. How should we direct our higher places of learning? Yeah, warfare education, baby. We want to go to war. We're absolutely a warlike people. We are taking the warfare education without a doubt. I hardly even had to think about that one. If we wanted to be more concentrated, I could use that word, you know, as a country and basically sort of be keep to ourselves, we probably would have taken the other option, but we don't. We want to spread our message as best we can. And actually what I want to go for is mobile warfare types. So I'm trying to look... I think mobile warfare is really going to be our best, but we're going to need to go really heavy on tanks. And I'm thinking that the trench warfare or the grand battle plan doctrine might be a better idea. So I'm actually going to go for the grand battle plan. Very different from how Germany fought in World War II. Very different. So I guess more similar to the United States, the UK, in terms of how we're setting up this army. We could do some experimental research here. Who shall we give funding to? So we're actually going to get a mission here to give funding either to Zeus or to Dibner. I don't know either of these guys. Let's continue with our anti-privatization, although all this really does is reduce the civilian to military factory construction cost. Not sure that's what I really want at the moment. It's crazy that our country can have autonomous workers' collectives. This is something that would never occur in Nazi Germany. We're a very interesting, strange, weird faction. So the pan-Germanism policy is what we want. We still don't have that 500,000. All right, let's go for the Volksgemeinschaft. We might as well increase that stability to a point where it's just ridiculous. Okay, we're fine on guns, but we do have some military factories that could be built. And we did a recent arms sale here to Abyssinia this time. We've been selling weapons quite a lot, which has been actually funding our country for the most part, has been our weapon sales. We have been doing a lot of illegal weapon sales. get its shit wrecked by the Populace fight would be nice. Teutonic Legion, I like that one. I have to say, like, Napoleon's actually coming up with some decent names here. I wonder why. Armand, I think we both know. What political books have you been reading Napoleon recently? I think we know. Austrian disarray. Oh, this is our chance, baby. We can intervene and attempt to occupy Austria. Wow. This is serious. We are going to do it. This is the moment of truth. I wonder if we need to get on the border. It would make sense, right? So I'm immediately going to go ahead and get on the front line. But hopefully it's just like World War II and Austria essentially just, you know, just goes ahead and capitulates to us immediately. Successful occupation! Glory to the Deutsches Reich, guys. Austria has successfully been secured. People all around the country now hail Dressler as their Führer and sing praises to the fatherland. That is awesome. There we go. That is major stuff there. These guys don't know what to do, so we're, of course, going to send them back to the border with Czechoslovakia. But that's pretty amazing stuff. So, the German occupation of Austria. In recent weeks... Winks? What? I need some winks. I need to get some sleep. String of poor decisions from Austria's newly elected government led to an outburst of chaos within the nation. It seems that the German Führer Adam Dressler was keen on taking advantage of the situation. Without any formal warning, German troops advanced into Austria, occupying several key locations with the alleged goal of maintaining order within the region. Now, this is basically exactly what happened during World War II. So, it's pretty much that simple. Now, is that going to increase world tension? Oh, yeah, definitely. Look at that. Like, the world tension is already high. And now we have to decide who we want to go to war with. And Czechoslovakia is looking like an obvious choice, where we have it surrounded. We've got the Kingdom of Poland surrounded, too. And, of course, it's known not as Czechoslovakia, but as Zapadoslavia in this particular situation. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do, is try to justify a war goal on the Czechs. Poland is scary, too. What do you guys think? Czechoslovakia or Poland for us to justify a war goal? I think we have all the tanks we need. Oh, yeah, we need some more light tanks. So let's go ahead and get some more light. Leather factory, get some more motorized, some more heavy as well. We're eventually going to need more rifles, so we might as well start building. Although, look at that. That's a lot of rifles. Speaking of rifles, let's see if we can upgrade. It's not bad. Let's go ahead and get some improved infantry equipment to our boys in the field. It's always good to win a war without even fighting it. That's got to be the highlight of that situation. I'm thinking that maybe we won't piss as many people off if we attack the Hamburg Commune. The problem is that Denmark is still alive. You can see Denmark is controlling this eastern portion right here, whereas the Commune controls most of the country. So I think attacking, we would probably have to give the country back to Denmark afterwards, you know, to avoid pissing people off. Okay, we got the Volksgemeinschaft. Tangrisnier takes off outside of Berlin. Now, this is our Zeppelin, the Tangrisnier. Guten Flug. I think that's probably good flying. And that's going to give us plus 50 political power. Pretty awesome stuff. Indoctrinate the populace. Interesting. So what will this do? This will change our party popularity to Volkism. I mean, just about everything here looks like a really good idea. The civil crackdown we don't really need because, to be honest, 86% stability is pretty amazing. The people seem to like us quite a lot. So I think indoctrination is a good idea. We really want to make sure that the Volkists are always going to be the party in control. And right now that looks like that's going to be exactly what's happening. But our political party change in terms of popularity is zero. So basically whatever we get. Okay, so Kingdom of Portugal did beat the Portuguese Republic that tried to rise up against it. We've got high popularity now. Pretty great. We do want to go for that pan-Germanism. Maternity Services. Wow. So this will increase our production efficiency. Mothers are vital for raising children of the Reich. And if unsupported by a husband, we must assist in the raising of the next generation. By establishing Lebensborn, a maternity leave system for mothers with no or poorly paid husbands, we can assist in raising the future of Germany. This is definitely something I want to go for eventually, but right now I'm going to go and actually focus on our army a bit. We haven't focused on that in a while. So Guderian's reform